Well, we're in northern Wisconsin here, and basically there's so much water up here, great structure. And you see the tracks out behind us. Why don't you explain as far as how you set up tip-ups on these spots?
Yeah, for sure. So what I did there is I followed a set of waypoints that I put in, with my boat in open water time, and I translate that over to my unit on my machine. And of course I ground truth it when I'm out fishing, and as I establish where that hard weed line is, I'll put in those waypoints and then I'll trace out the spot like so. You can see how the structure lays out that you're going to be fishing, and then you can punch holes and fine tune your setup.
Yeah, so you just basically trace that contour, and that's just your reference as far as when you're setting up. That's a great idea. I mean, whether you're lake trout fishing, panfish, whatever, fishing big spots, you just have that visual, mental image to look at. I think it's pretty helpful. Well, let's drill some holes and make it happen.
So I'm just replacing a leader on this one. We're going to put some 10-pound fluorocarbon on this. My measures, I just go up from the tip of here to my chest, which is about 3.5 feet, give or take. And we're going to tie that on to a barrel swivel on here with a size 12 treble hook and a medium to large size split shot. But you want to make sure that you've got something that's light enough to be limber, that the fish doesn't feel the line, and you want something that is going to be strong enough that something won't bite through it or break through it on a big walleye. So we're putting them down. We're setting them about 1.5 feet, 2 feet off the bottom. The closer to the weeds, I'll raise them up a little bit. Fishing over some of our deeper sets might be about 2.5 feet off the bottom. Typically, once you get out past that about 22, 24 foot mark, I'll raise it up maybe another foot. But good rule of thumb is about 20 to 24 inches off the bottom. So we're up here today. We're 2 days before the full moon. It's the end of our season here in northern Wisconsin. Targeting some walleyes today. Set up on main lake structure, weeds on most of it with a nice secondary break where it drops down to some rock. We've got a few lines out in some deeper water in that 22 to 28 foot range. And then we're along the weed lines anywhere from about 13 to 16 feet, kind of following the indistinct weed line. Should be a good prime time bite here. We got moon coming up in a little bit here, right about an hour or two before dark. We got suckers on the tip ups, maybe do a little jigging while we're at it. We got a shot at a big fish. It's halfway decent numbers water. We got top end size on our side here too, so see what happens for the night.
We'll get this last tip up in, kind of mark on the end of the line here, and matter of wait for the sun to go down and wait and hurry up and wait. This is the spread. 3 tip ups per person in Wisconsin.
Yep.
Yeah.
Feels good. Looks good.
There we go. That's what we like to see. There we go. Pulled out some line, I can tell you that. There's the marker. Shouldn't be too far away. Yep, walleye. Up he comes. Nice one. About a 16, 17. All right, just like that, we're getting her going.
A good rule of thumb for northern Wisconsin, getting out and set up late afternoon. Earlier in the season, our typical window will start around maybe 4 o'clock. Now that we're towards the end of the season here, end of February, our days are getting a little bit longer, usually around 5 o'clock. If you had to pick a time to be set up and ready by, about 4:30, 5 o'clock is when flags typically start flying. A lot of those fish right now are sitting out in the mud, either belly to the bottom or maybe suspended slightly up and just kind of hanging out there. They might move in loose schools and move somewhat sluggishly along, or if you end up having a tip up close by, you might get some of that daytime action, which this time of year it's almost always going to be predicated by a day it's either going to be preceded by like a moon event, a major or a minor, or it's going to be on a day where it's really cloudy, snowy, windy. You got a weather maker coming through that's kind of got those fish moving a little better, a little bit more aggressively. An ideal day, I actually choose the bright sunny skies because it really concentrates the fish activity, and you often get a more intense window at dusk. You might go hours without a flag, and the hours leading up to the time when the sun gets to about the tree line, and then all chaos can break loose. Hey, let's go. All right, one of our deep flags here, just getting going. Prime time is on its way. This one's spinning pretty nice. What we got here? There we go. Ooh, decent fish. This is pretty good. You can see on those hooks that it's not about going and reefing super hard. A lot of people make that mistake. Ooh, nice one. They make that mistake. They go and they set, they want to reef it and, you know, yank it super hard. Some guys like that for pike and that, but with walleyes, especially when you're using smaller hooks, it's really just not necessary. Right in the roof of the mouth here. Nice start to the night. A couple other flags here. Just barely got our line set up. Boys are walking around. That's a good start. All right, get them rigged up for the night here. If you haven't used tip-up lights before, if you're fishing low light, obviously it's nice. Sometimes throwing reflective tape on there too is a nice setup. These ones actually have a Bluetooth mechanism in there. But putting the tip-up lights on now about this twilight time as we're checking lines, making sure our baits are good to go for the night. And so you've got a little gravity switch in there. If you've never seen one of these, you just a little on switch on the side. And when it's sideways like this or like this, it clips right onto the bar of the flag and it pops up. Gravity switch turns on and then it blinks. And actually these ones in particular, if you have an app on your phone for it, it actually syncs up to your phone. It'll send you a message, and then there's also a little transponder that they make that'll actually light up and beep if you have it in the shack with you too. Here we go, another one.
There we go. It's a decent fish. Oh yeah, look at here. Wisconsin gold right there. Oh, look at that. That is gorgeous.
Nice fish, dude.
Yeah, isn't that beautiful? I just
Wow.
love the gold coloration. You cannot build a prettier fish.
Yeah, man, nice work. You're a great fish. I
That
saw you
sun's
just got
going
that
out.
one there.
It's just crazy. These pimples are just popping. That sun hits the trees and it's just crazy. Here.
Oh, it's right in the tip of the mouth there.
Okay.
There we go.
All right.
Happy, healthy.
That is just gorgeous. Waved us goodbye. All right, man.
Baited up. Let's get them going.
Yep.
The window is upon us.
Yeah, this is just intense.
Yeah, this is that classic, you know, when you talk about those post-frontal days where it's that high blue sky and you're looking for a tight window, you know, if you got to really maximize, be on the water when the fishing's the best. And we've had nonstop flags here. I think Grant just popped another one there. We're just putting the rest of the lights on the tip-ups. We just had a big one break off maybe 5 minutes ago. I mean, not even. And caught one other one in between. Things are happening.
Yep, it's intense.
Oh, tip up. There we go. Well, he didn't take it very far. He pulled it out, but maybe feels all right. Feels decent. Nice. Oh, that's perfect northern Wisconsin fish. Yeah, really nice fish there. For that first dark here, the sun's finally gone. Been popping fish here pretty much left and right. What a great fish. There he goes. So a quick tip on resetting a tip up. You know, we just caught a walleye here. And resetting, when you go to reset, always make sure, give it a little test swing, you know, like that, to make sure that the flag goes off without a hitch. Because a lot of times, and depending on your tip up, or if this little wing nut on the side gets loose, this one's caked in ice, so it didn't get loose, but sometimes it'll move one way or the other, and it'll actually throw it off. And if you have it, depending on if this gets jostled as well, sometimes it'll be, you know, if it's at a weird angle, it won't go off quite so easily. You want those fish to feel absolutely nothing or as little as possible when you go to reset these. So giving a little test swing like that, a little check swing, really ensures that those fish are not feeling that resistance when the flag is getting tripped. Nice. Well, things are getting hot and heavy here. We just had that school of small ones come through. Another nice one here. Flags are popping. Another one just popped right over our shoulder here. Gotta go. Oh yeah, there you go. Didn't take out a ton of line, but feels decent. I haven't seen him yet. Oh yeah. Oh, probably part of that same school again. Nice little 15 or so. Coming down the break here, they're popping right in succession. That's why you set that trap line, you know, down the break line like that. You know, you take advantage of these schools using a piece of structure. It's really a nice thing. Like I made that earlier analogy to, you know, if musky fishing is like is similar to hunting, walleye fishing is 100% similar to trapping. When those animals come through and they come through in big numbers, using a predictable piece of structure and a predictable travel route, and you're doing the best you can to have some baits dangling right in the strike zone when they come through. Out of breath. It's not a bad problem to have.